I've been ready.
Are we recording?
We're we're ready, Brendan.
Brendan,
God, are we
fucking
recording right
go.
now? Did
and
you
hit
start?
Record already, please.
Oh my god. You gotta give us a heads up.
Brendan, I was not ready,
Brendan,
dude.
we were ready.
That was fucked up that you did that.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
I saw this picture of Brendan in prison. Brendan, can you pull that up? Please. Okay, sorry, that's for us.
That's an inside joke. You guys just
Inside
don't get
joke.
to know anything about that.
Hi, you're listening to
Strumpet
Radio
Radio
Hour, the podcast for
Strumpets
trollops
and tarts.
worldwide. That was good.
That was
That was really good.
good.
We didn't plan that at all.
Yep.
Didn't practice. I'm Bean.
And I'm Susie.
And we're back.
Are we?
We're back.
I don't want to say that. I'm sick of saying that.
We're back today.
We're today. Yeah, for today.
I have a car now.
That's true.
A lot has changed in the
lot?
last 6 months.
Mainly that we're not friends anymore.
We're not friends anymore, and we're especially not roommates anymore.
Oh, God. No.
And I have a car, and I can pretty much drive,
Pretty much.
I would say.
Haven't seen it myself, but I
If you were in the car with me, you would,
vomit.
yeah. I still haven't let anyone drive with me yet,
Okay.
except for Render, and that was embarrassing. What?
Intro time.
Oh shit! Forgot about this.
And we're back.
And we're back. That was great. That was the best cold open I've ever seen.
An SNL.
SNL's got nothing on us.
No, yeah, that was way better, honestly.
Yeah.
Unplanned.
So yeah, I can drive now. What about you? What's new with you?
A lot. Well, that's new with me.
You got a sick sweater.
I got this really cool sweater.
It's nice.
Sleepy Peach clothing. Look it up, guys.
Brendan, can you pull it up? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll stop with that joke.
For context, listeners / viewers, Brendan, moments before recording, told Bean that he could pull up videos, but he needs them in advance. And Bean interpreted that as you can look them up.
You can
live.
pull up anything within 2 seconds.
So that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, life update. I don't even know how to get into that. It's like a lot has changed.
It has. It changes slow, and then
then suddenly you're trying to explain it to somebody.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
like,
you say there's too much going on.
we were just talking about this off air. How do I do this? How do you explain your family to someone who's
Who doesn't have any?
who knows nothing about them?
Impossible.
It's really hard. Because you'll either make them sound really bad or really good.
And that's never the case. It's
never
always
the
in
case.
between.
It's always that grayish line.
That grayish line. literally.
Or just anything
Yeah.
from your life, honestly.
Anything nuanced. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, no, I mean, I'm happy with the way things are going. But also, I have crippling depression.
Yeah, it's no, my guts are falling out of my chest, but I'm doing pretty good, honestly.
All things considered, I was disemboweled. So the fact that they're in there.
I did get disemboweled, yes. But I have a lot to be grateful for.
Was I disemboweled by my mom? Yes. But she put them back inside.
She put them back. Oh my god. No, it's cool. Every morning I just scoop them back in. And then it's I'm used to it now.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't even hurt anymore.
It's not, it hurts, but you get used to the hurt, right?
The pain
It's a familiar pain now.
It's familiar, yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, actually.
I think so.
I like that.
You really captured the essence. Yeah, I don't know. We're not roommates anymore because of a really big falling out we had.
Huge Fallout.
Fallout 3.
4.
Fallout 4.
Yeah, what Fallout are we on? You and I.
Oh.
In our relationship.
At least 7.
Fallout 70, 60. What was that game? 76. Thank you, Brendan.
Brendan knows.
Yeah, I play video games.
She's a gamer.
No, it was the move Dude, that was the worst move I've had, I think, because I really just underestimated what needed to be done.
I was concerned for you, like, because we started moving out like a month and a half before
You
Elise was
should.
up,
I should have.
and it took the entire month and a half.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope she's gonna be okay.
So what I did that was such a mistake was I went to Utah, like, and then when I got back, I had like 4 or 5 days
Right,
to
it was
move
like,
out.
okay, time
And
to go.
when I planned that trip, I was like, I'll just do a bunch of packing before the trip. No.
Oh.
Why would I think that? Because when I'm getting ready for the trip, I'm like, oh, I got 3 weeks to move. Then I'm in Utah for a week, and then I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, wait a minute. When I'm
So,
away from the house.
I got all the, important shit into my storage unit, like, the day before. Got my furniture picked up. Facebook Marketplace, you put it up there for free. People will be there within the hour. It's amazing. It's so nice.
Yeah.
But then it was like the last day when there's just so much trash still, and like our freezer was full.
That was crazy.
And so I ended up I was there until 4 a.m., which you're not even supposed to be there, but nobody checked. So I was there till 4 a.m. and we still hadn't moved my mattress, and I'm like, you know what, we're gonna just come get this mattress tomorrow morning.
Right.
And I texted the property manager, and he's like, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, well, if we're getting this mattress, I'll just get a few other things too, because we might as well. So I get there after work around like 5, and I open the garage to pull in, and there's a car with a bunch of stuff in the garage. And there's 2 like really nice cleaning ladies.
Oh my god.
Who were just gathering up all the stuff to throw it away, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I just felt really bad.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm so sorry." And so I like salvaged some stuff from their trash pile, but at that point there was nothing I loved enough to save.
Yeah.
We got the mattress, and then I felt so bad, but they were actually really sweet, because now that I was there, they were like, "Can I have this?
Oh
Like,
my
are you?" I'm like, "Dude,
God.
anything you
You're
want."
like, just take it.
Take it. And then there was a donate bag. She's like, "I can take this to the Goodwill for you." And I was like, what?
That's crazy.
What? And so I had this in my bag. My backpack, I had this like Ziploc bag of all the ones I still have from being a barista. So I just grabbed wads of ones. I was like, thank you.
That's
thank you.
amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
they were sweet. I felt really bad because I know I made their job harder.
Right. Well, I mean,
they were super cool.
I think the fact that, because like every time we move, yeah, I have this instinct to leave like everything
Just
behind.
everything behind.
I say, I don't need this anymore.
No.
And the thing is, I think most people have that instinct, and I think a lot of people just do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even with our move in here, which update, living with my brother, cringe,
Your brother and your boyfriend and your coworker.
and my oh my god, my coworker.
That's a lot of entanglement.
Jesus. But the person that used to live here just it seems like she left everything and is not coming to pick it up, and it's one of those like renting to friends situations, so like there's nothing you can really do, but it's making me realize that like it's really common for people just to leave a lot of stuff.
It is. That's what Randar was saying, because he was so sweet. He was just there with me until 4. He like fell asleep on the mattress on the floor.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I'm freaking out. I don't want to leave all this stuff. And he's like, I've literally moved into apartments where there's just a mattress on the balcony.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You're like, okay.
So it all turned out okay, but I would like to not do that again.
It would be nice to be on top of it. Maybe next time you're doing a big move, you'll be able to just like hire movers.
Yeah. Or I think the biggest thing, because like I thought I was done. And then I went downstairs to like clean out the fridge and shit, and there was so much to run to the dumpsters. So I feel like the best thing to do is just like de-trash early.
Yeah.
You know, because then you're not left with all this little, and you find little things just like around.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. But it's cool. I gave the cleaners all of we had some like random liquor bottles.
Yes.
And they're like, can we take it? I'm like,
oh my god, that is because I was thinking that. I was like, this is such a shame to just
throw
like, get
away.
rid of it.
But I'm
like,
not gonna drink it.
I don't want it.
I'm
yeah.
not gonna put it in a store. I put all my shit in a storage unit, so I'm not gonna put a bunch of alcohol in there.
That's
so that was nice.
Amazing. Actually,
it's a happy ending.
Happy ending.
Yeah.
Happy ending. So yeah, we're not living together anymore, which is thank God.
I'm homeless technically.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I've learned a lot this
Being homeless?
experience of being homeless. For context, my partner's lease is up like end of July. Ours was up end of June. Right? Not
Okay.
end of June, end of
Oh,
May.
end of May. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the place that we're moving into together, me and my partner, it's not open till like end of August or like early September. So I was like looking at sublets and stuff, and they're so expensive, and the thought of moving again just to move like a couple months later was
Nightmarish.
insane. So I just put all my shit in a storage unit. I'm mostly staying with my partner, also traveling and couch surfing by the grace of my friends. But what's interesting is that I didn't know this, but not having a permanent address fucks you over so bad. I had no idea, because like my plan was, there's like private mailboxes you can pay for.
Right.
So my plan was to use that, but then like banks and the DMV and shit won't accept those.
That's crazy.
So like literally if you are homeless, you can't get a bank account.
Right.
You can't get a driver's license.
Right.
Like I'm fine because I have people's addresses I
Right.
can use, but it just really is quite shocking how there's no safety net.
Right.
At
It
all.
illustrates like how quickly the
Like-
transition between like functional individual to
Yeah.
suddenly no one will let you do anything.
And it's like, what? Like no bank account, no driver's license. How are you gonna get a job?
oh, you don't.
You don't. Like,
And then people say, "Why don't you just get a job?"
it's
And
not
then-
that easy.
And then
Apparently.
and then yeah, and then they say, "This is your fault."
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty messed up. I ended up on those like digital nomad forums because they all, but they're
That's what you
insane
are.
because they were like, just buy a piece of land somewhere. Like, no,
What if I can't do that?
just buy a piece of land. Just own property.
Simply own property, dumbass.
No, I can't do that. Maybe I could get a really small piece of land in like somewhere way north in Canada.
Oh, do it.
Maybe, you know.
Do it, bro.
There's gotta be cheap. Okay,
Cheap
I'm
Canadian
sorry, I'm
land.
going off right now.
Okay.
Did you hear that Epstein's Island was sold?
I did not hear
Okay,
that,
it was
actually. Thank you
sold.
for updating me.
Yes, it was sold for like 65 million or something.
Just cheap.
I know, well they originally listed it for more than that, like over 100 million.
Right.
And so then I started thinking, well, how much does a private island
Right. How
actually
much
cost?
does an island cost?
So I ended up on a real estate website for private islands.
Oh.
And I'm just saying, they're not in nice locations. They're like off the coast of northern Canada and stuff.
Okay.
But you can get private islands for less than a home in Seattle. Like way less. Like 100,000.
Okay.
And it's like a rock with a moose on it, you know, but like it's yours.
It's my personal island.
It's your own island. So
That does sound kind of baller.
it's kind of sick. I don't know
Yeah.
how you'd get to it. Like these are probably, you need a boat.
Right, you gotta get a boat, and then
Yeah.
like there's all these issues. How do you get running water?
I mean, yeah, you'd have to install all that.
Right.
'Cause anything that has infrastructure is going to be like millions of dollars.
Right, right.
But you can get a septic tank
True.
and a well.
Well.
Dig a well or your own desalination plant.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
We should do that.
We should get a Strumper Radio Hour island.
Podcast island.
I don't know if it probably doesn't even appreciate in value the way that regular land does.
So, yeah, but I guess like the whole thing with owning property is just that it's like,
You can sell it.
I don't know. Yeah, you just always have property. which I
Because
guess
who
is
wants that? What do you do with that? Like a little island, like 100 miles away from civilization
Okay, yeah, that is pretty far. Yeah,
in like
that's
Canada.
well, I don't know.
Mm.
We'll have to figure that out.
We'll just buy it and we'll figure that out later.
I mean,
Figure out
that's what
to
the
do with it later.
digital nomads do.
Yeah, they say buy land.
Simply
Become a
buy
dual citizen
land.
of Canada. Buy an island.
Well, that was gonna be my next question. Is like, can you buy land in another country that easily?
Well, isn't that like our whole problem? Is that like Chinese
Oh.
companies and like all these companies from other countries just buy up a bunch of land
Okay, that is what people say.
and
I
start these conglomerates. And I mean, American companies do it
do
too.
it in other
But it's just
countries,
like,
right. Well,
and that happens too, where like American companies buy up land in like other countries
right.
and make it impossible to live there for locals.
That is a great question. Then,
So clearly, you can do it.
you can do it, but
I don't know how.
I don't know how, and I don't know what the process is like. Maybe they let
Probably.
you buy it, but then you can't go to it.
Oh, you can't
They
go
say,
there.
you dumb idiot, you're not a citizen.
You probably just have to establish a corporation in that country. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna look into this.
We'll look into this.
We'll get back to you guys about our plan.
So in conclusion, yeah, Epstein's Island sold. I was surprised by how close it is to land, because this all started because some guy jet skied there, and then I watched that video, and then I found out that someone had swam there earlier, like a couple years ago or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like not that far away.
Okay. Where was it? Like in the global location?
It's in
the Bermuda Triangle?
maybe it's like I don't know my geography, but it's like south of Florida somewhere.
Oh, okay.
In that
Okay.
region.
Yeah.
Is a broad region somewhere over there.
Yeah. No, that makes sense though. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the Epstein documentary I watched.
Oh, you watched it?
I did. Yeah, it was interesting.
How was it?
I said, wow, that really sucks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I said that was not good what that guy did.
That guy's kind of mean.
I said, did you guys know about this?
Did you guys heard about this
Did you
Epstein
guys
thing?
fucking know about Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffy. Yeah, I know I'm late, but I went down the rabbit hole. I haven't watched the documentary, but I watched like this. Oh no, never mind. I watched an interview with one of the English royals, who's like definitely a pedophile. He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Classic.
I can't remember which one. I'm gonna say the wrong one, and people are gonna get mad at me.
Yeah, they're gonna say
One of the princes.
Yeah, one of them.
The old one.
Are you talking
Is
about
that him?
Charles?
Was it Prince Charles?
That's crazy.
And he's a king now. It might have been him.
What the why can you be a king now? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's...
How embarrassing.
Were you the one who said it's like if our taxes paid for the Kardashians?
Maybe.
Like, that's basically what it is.
I'd like to think that I was that profound at some point.
Yeah. Someone said that. Maybe I just saw it online.
Right, yeah, it does sound like an online Twitter thing, but like...
But it is. They're just
it
basically just celebrities who get their lives funded by taxes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they don't do a lot. Like, they do charity.
Right, they go around, they're like...
Hey, hi. I think one of them, the one who got married to that other lady, Meghan, is that her name?
Markle?
He was in the military, so.
Weren't they? Oh, yes, no, you're right. Yes.
That's what I learned.
And you like wanted, I don't know, I this is secondhand from another podcast, but he was
awesome.
like in the military, and he's like, I want to be in the military so bad. I want to go fight so bad.
I want to go fight.
And then it's just stupid. It's like, okay.
Because what did he do? Did he fight in Iraq?
I think so, yeah.
What a hero.
What an absolute hero, defending the oil from, or getting the oil. I don't know what they did.
What they were doing.
I don't know what they were doing.
I truly don't know what they were doing.
Nobody does.
We were there for like 20 years.
Nobody knows.
No one knows what we did.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. This is the best podcast to come for information about war.
Well, remember, it started about the Gulf War.
The Gulf War.
Our first episode was about the Gulf
War. And now I don't remember, because after that I looked up the Gulf War.
We have looked up the Gulf War so many times, dude, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I'm sure it was terrible. I'm sure a lot of people died.
It wasn't good.
War crimes were committed.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
like, I don't remember. I don't know.
I
don't know. I can't remember.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to all the lives lost.
I'm sorry, but war is kind of boring.
It's well, it's just like, it's so useless and so like
convoluted. Like everything is like something connected to something else.
Yeah, there's nothing to do either, especially if it's not in your place. And all this shit. Oh man, we're going in. The Ukraine war and all that stuff. It's like, like, I've seen so many videos from Russian soldiers who are just like, we don't fucking want to be here.
No,
you know?
Of course not.
And it's then you see people on Twitter just like celebrating. They're like, "Whoa, they blew up all these Russian troops," and it's like, it's good. They're defending their place. It's like, what can they do? But it's not like, yeah, get fucked. It's like, this whole thing sucks ass.
Yeah. I mean, it's the beauty of just all of like history and the like innate desire to like make things good versus evil. Yeah, and it just never is really.
Yeah, like, it's not. I mean, you can't hold it against Ukraine for fighting
Oh,
back.
100%. And I can't hold it against people in Ukraine for being happy when like Russian troops are
Yes.
blown up. But anyone else, I'm like, guys, you know as well as anyone that's
But here's what it is. I was on Reddit,
okay. of
my
course.
my homeland.
So we have a good take coming.
And there was this. Did I already talk? I feel like I talked about this on a different podcast. Anyway, there was this. It was like unpopular somewhere, and someone for their wedding, instead of getting gifts, they would donate missiles to Ukraine. They had people donate missiles to Ukraine, and you could write a message on the missile. And they posted this on Reddit, and everyone was like, "This is sick." And I had to scroll so far down for someone to be like, "This is not
maybe this is
normal.
This is weird.
Like, this is not."
That's-
First of all, why does this exist?
Yeah.
Why can you do this?
Why can you do that?
Just, it's like, Taylor and Sean, 2022, blowing up, just blowing up people. It's like, that's fucked. Just some American couple who's like, this signifies our love. Love is destructive.
Love it. You know what though? It probably signifies their relationship really well.
Oh, it's so crazy.
That's like actually too much to process.
No, it really is. And that's, you know what? That's my take on war.
We're just gonna let that simmer.
The only people who win war are military industrial companies.
Yeah,
Arms companies.
True. And those boys that their whole personality was that they were gonna join the military.
They were gonna join
someday.
the military someday.
Yeah.
Something to do, I guess.
I'm a future Marine.
Future Marine.
Don't say that to a future Marine. Don't talk about war like that to a future Marine, actually.
I feel, yeah.
Bernice,
I know.
thank you.
I know a lot of veterans too, and it's like, I'm not out here to be like, you wasted your time.
I am.
But you kind of did. Well, I don't know.
It just depends on who they are.
They deserve better.
I was
is
gonna
what
say,
it
just
is.
talk to them and see what their take is on it.
'Cause
you know?
the thing is that, there's so much pride around the military, but then we don't actually take care
We
of
don't
them.
actually do anything.
We're like, thank you. Now you have CTE and PTSD, but don't worry, you get 15% off at Denny's.
Don't worry, Denny's is gonna thank you for your service one day a year.
One day a year, you can get a Grand Slam
For
for
half
$10.99.
off. Yeah.
So that should help.
Godspeed.
Oh,
Godspeed.
You can't even get the Grand Slam, you get the Budget Slam.
Yeah, they say we're not giving you the actual Grand
You can't.
Slam.
It's
Dumbass.
I'm sorry. Shoulda. I don't even know what you should have done, but we can't do anything
Can't
about
do
it.
anything about it. Sorry.
Okay, anyway, that's a great topic to cover.
Yeah, I
start
don't
off
really
with.
know where to go from there. Personally.
Let's just hard pivot.
hard pivot today's topic: snakes
Snakes.
and lies.
Lies. Real lies.
Oh yeah,
Real eyes. Real snakes.
Real snakes.
Real snake eyes.
Now, you might be thinking we're going to talk about serpents, and we are, but not the way that you would hope.
Hi. How would you hope to talk about serpents?
We go into like a deep dive on like snakes.
Oh, that'd be
as,
pretty sick,
Like yeah,
actually.
like we say, okay, the cobra. The cobra is we do like a third grade book report on it.
The
like,
cobra is the king of the jungle.
some would say the cobra is the king of the jungle, and that person is me. And here's why. Did you see it open up its crazy flaps? That was so scary.
You seen the flaps on those bad boys?
You know,
I love them.
spits
yeah.
out poison or something.
Oh, you know what just happened? I tried to enter your neighbor's home. My car was parked in front of your neighbor's home. I went out to get nicotine, and I was on autopilot, and I just walked up to their door and tried to open it.
How?
And then I was like, that's the wrong house.
How did you make that mistake?
I don't know. I've been to your house twice now.
Okay.
They look
yeah.
pretty similar.
Okay. I mean,
And I was wearing your brother's Birkenstocks. I assume they're his.
oh, they're probably Michael's.
I was wearing Michael's Birkenstocks, which are way too big, so I was very focused on not tripping.
That is insane that just happened.
And I just was wiggling this doorknob. I'm like, why is it
That's
locked? I didn't lock it.
insane.
And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm breaking and entering. So then I said, wrong house. And I walked away just in case anyone was
in case you have like one of those cameras. And
I'm sorry.
You get posted on Nextdoor.
Yeah.
Woman
Who
just
the
tried to
fuck
break
is
into
this?
home, murder my
And
entire
I probably
family.
looked insane
You
too.
probably did.
Because I was walking weird.
You
'cause
were
I
in a
had this-
nicotine-induced state.
I was walking all weird. And then I go up and I'm like, wrong house. And then I walk away. I can't even run away because of the Birkenstock, so I'm just waddling away.
Dude, that is crazy.
Zin in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get posted somewhere
Probably.
and make a police report. I'm gonna be like, I'm
They
sorry.
will. Dude, they will.
Do you know them?
Which neighbors? That one or that one?
That one.
I don't know them well. They're nice though.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good. You
so
don't think they'll arrest me?
I think they would think you're a lost child. So I think you're okay.
I'm gonna call the school.
Yeah, they say, oh,
Like,
no.
is there a missing middle schooler?
Yeah, yeah. They probably literally were like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's a middle school prank.
Mm-hmm.
God, that is actually so funny. Anyways, taking back to the topic of snakes.
Oh yeah, sorry, snakes.
My favorite is the boa constrictor because it can eat an entire goat in one gulp.
A goat?
I don't know. I literally
Wait.
made that up.
No, but I've seen pictures where they have like a whole alligator.
Right? Yeah, they go.
I like, okay, it's not a snake, but there's this lizard called the legless lizard.
Oh wait, yes.
That looks like
kinda
a
looks like a
snake.
snake. So
It pretty much looks like a snake, a little thicker, I guess.
okay.
Kind of thick and short, but they're not. They're technically lizards with no legs.
How do they determine that?
I'm sure it's some sort of, you know, zoology shit,
Right.
taxonomy or whatever.
Yeah. Taxes.
Taxonomy. More like
Tax off of me. Get your
get your
government
grubby
hands
little
off my taxes.
me. Yeah.
Of my
That was good.
hard-earned wages. Thank you.
Um
Yeah, anyways, I put this up here because that's the most interesting part of my life recently is I have been experiencing a middle school like downfall amidst some of my former my friends, like a group of good
Are
tight
we
friendships.
talking about this?
What, you think they're gonna watch the podcast?
Maybe.
If they do, I hope they do because I know
Okay.
who you are.
Okay. We know where you live.
I actually do, so watch out.
It's okay. I was ostracized from that group long ago.
Long ago, so you have no skin in the game.
No.
No, I honestly, though, I just thought it was interesting because, like, I don't know, I always come back to this, but I'm like, friendships inevitably are gonna, like, fade at some point or drift away at some point. Maybe they come back, maybe they don't. But as adults, no one feels equipped to handle that situation in a way that is constructive and empathetic to what those feelings may be. Now, obviously, there are some people that do know how to handle that, but I'm just thinking, like, it's crazy the lengths people go to avoid bad feelings.
It is interesting, the avoidance. 'Cause I think that what's uncomfortable is that friendships are relationships. And that means sometimes
Hot take.
you're going to have conflicts and arguments and
Yes.
fallings out.
Fallings.
And but yeah, there's not this same like expectation around friendships that we have around like romantic relationships where you have to like talk things through.
Yes, like in order for something to end, it has to be talked about.
Yeah. And some friendships do just drift away
Yeah, which is
naturally, but it's
fine.
different when you're just starting to be excluded
yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, what's happening?"
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, because so for context, the big event, the catalyst for this is that one of my friends is moving away, kind of indefinitely, to the East Coast, the other side
The other side
of the world, practically.
the only world that matters.
Yeah, thank you. And I found out secondhand, accidentally, that they're having this friend's going away. That they had this friend's going away party. Didn't invite me. And this
You guys have been friends for since you
years.
were
since high school, basically. And
you were well, I won't give away.
well, no,
information.
we
Yeah.
lived together for a number
Okay.
of years.
It's me. I'm the friend.
it's-
I'll be honest.
This fucking bitch.
I didn't want to invite her. She wasn't supposed to find out. It was the going away party in our place. was like,
You planned it for when I was at work, and then I came home.
you come home early, and it's like I got caught cheating. I'm like, Susie,
Duh,
you
babe.
weren't supposed to get home yet. It's
what?
not what it looks like.
This was just unplanned. We all got together.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I found out secondhand they're having this party, and the tea is that the reason I wasn't invited is because my other former roommate, was there, I guess. And even though she's the one that broke up with me and ended our whole friendship, she's also the one that's like, don't put us in the same room together. Even though I'm like, you literally caused this to end. So, and yeah, and I was like, that I don't even. It's fine if you have a party without me, but the fact that nobody thought to like talk to me about it, because it's like a literal going away party, like maybe the most like, oh, here's our final time to like hang out and say goodbye, and you just like don't think to tell me, and so then I find out through somebody accidentally saying it to me. Crazy.
That's the part I always hated too. Like right after my last breakup, some of my friends were like, "Oh, we're having a party." And then they invited my ex, and then they're like, "Oh, the party's canceled." And then I found out the party wasn't canceled.
Oh my god, dude.
And I wasn't even mad that, like, because I get mad because I'm like, just treat me like an adult.
Yes.
Like, just say,
hey,
that your ex is going to come, and we think it would be better if you're not both there because it was very recent.
It's
just
fresh.
I'm a person. Just tell me. And I would be like, then I can choose how to react.
Yeah.
But I hate being like lied to. Like I'm a child that needs protecting.
Exactly. Or that or that you're not gonna find out, or that
of course I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, it's
I always do.
Also, they invited my brother.
Okay, yeah, that's
okay.
Bad. Those are bad optics.
Okay, you dumbos. So maybe don't invite the sibling of this person you're specifically not inviting. Or if you're gonna do that, just tell me straight up.
Just communicate.
Tell me.
That's all it is. And when I was younger, I was I've been that person who's like, I don't like this person, let's not invite them.
Right.
And I never want to be that again. Like, if I really don't want to be in the same room with them, guess what? I just won't go to the party. And they can have that same autonomy.
Exactly. Give them the choice. Give them the option.
Because it's not like it was a recent thing.
No.
You know, if it's been long enough, it's like, okay, just, you guys are adults, you figure it out.
Yeah.
The party organizer does not need to take that on of deciding. Like, that's between you guys.
No,
they can let you know who's gonna be there.
Weird.
Yeah,
it's so weird. And yeah, so I've just been dwelling on that because obviously, too, if they're willing to do that, they're also going to be doing other shady things that involve like just planning stuff and just hoping I don't find out about it, which feels bad. It feels bad.
At that point, too, there's two things. It's like, one, if you're the person who wants to exclude someone, you're making everyone else pick sides, which is not something you should put on them.
Yes.
And second, I was going to say something. Oh, yeah, if people don't want me there, I don't want to be there.
That's the other part, is it's like,
I want to know.
I'm not going to, like, deliberately make things uncomfortable.
No.
And if you were my like good friend, you would know that, which I think is the other part that hurts so much. Is it's like, okay, do you think I'm like that?
Like, I'm not here to crash shit.
Yeah.
If people don't want me there, the last thing I want is me thinking people want me there when they don't. Because they're just tiptoeing around me.
Yeah, they're like,
It's like, it's more hurtful to just be like, we don't want you at this thing, than to just not tell me about it, and then I find out about it, and then I'm confused.
Yeah.
Because that's the part that is, like, difficult, too, is when there's no communication, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'd rather just know.
Yes, because it's the other thing is it's like, if somebody says, oh, I'm busy this day, now I always think, like, oh, is there something secret going on? Like, did you guys plan another thing without me? And I never want to be that person that's like, my friends are all hanging out without me. Which is why I'm just moving on with my life. But
moving forward,
just like as a tip, like as an adult, if you are above the age of, let's say, 22,
we'll give you lenience until then.
Yeah, you're allowed to make mistakes, but once you get past 22, you gotta just be straight up.
You gotta start to just learn. Somebody
that you've been friends with for more than 4 years, that you lived with for 3 years, maybe.
That's the thing too. It's such a close.
It's like a close relationship.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Crazy.
That's really painful.
Snakes.
Lies.
And I wanted to put deceit. Didn't have enough letters.
Didn't have enough E's.
No, I used them all up. Yeah, you know, it's just, but again, it makes me reflect on on my place in the world, and it's whatever, except that I work full time. So now I don't have any time to actually think about it.
Yeah.
I literally go to work and then I come home and I go, why do I feel so bad? Oh, that's right. And they say, oh, I got to go to bed so I can go to work tomorrow.
Gotta go to bed so I can go to work.
My entire day, my entire life recently.
I know this is the avoidant in me talking too, but like the best remedy for these things is just like expanding your social network. I feel like things like this happen especially with really insular
Close
groups who don't have a lot of other groups, because it becomes kind of enmeshed. And like I've been a part of that before when I didn't have as many friends.
Yes.
And you have to like be careful because it's intimate. There's a lot of intimate feelings involved.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. People get more what's the word? I don't know. When you're super dependent on one group of people, emotions get higher.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yes, because then it's more noticeable when there's any change.
Yeah, there's a more anxious attachment happening.
Yeah,
which leads people to like avoid conflict at all costs.
Yes,
because they're like, what if I?
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, like, it's and this isn't in a critical way. Like this is just
kind of
these are the feelings that come up for it. Yeah,
the neutral.
And I know it's much easier said than done to say just make new friends. Like that's not easy.
Just go out there as an adult.
It's not easy at all.
World.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, that's kind of my personal journey is like trying to figure out. I'm like, do I take the time to like confront people over this, or do I just move on with my life?
That's really hard.
I don't know. Yeah, I still haven't figured that out.
It's probably on a person by person.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Will Susie make it? Will she make another friend?
Will she make one more friend?
No, but you have like work friends now.
I don't know.
You can come to events with me.
Yeah.
I know that
comedians
aren't always the best to hang out with. I'll be honest.
No, you know.
But you're always welcome.
My problem is, honestly, because like I'm more than happy to meet new people. How do you not be tired and like not feel like putting forth the effort? Because that's it's like
hard.
To be friends with somebody, you have to put in a lot of effort at first just to make the hangouts happen and to find times to meet up.
Well, especially because all the friends I've made have been like because I was around them all the time.
Yes,
School,
and that's
work,
how you do it. Yes,
comedy, yeah.
Which is why it's so much harder as an adult, because unless it's at work or unless you have a regular, consistent activity that you're doing, it's like you don't have the same like, oh hey, we're both around each other all the time.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a lot more work. It's like dating, honestly.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Well, let's throw a party.
Okay.
Get a bunch of people.
But the problem
there.
is I don't have any friends to invite to that party.
Well, we'll throw it together.
Okay.
I'll invite. Well, we have friends in common. We have Maya. The episode with
Maya.
him. The episode with him never aired.
There are so many lost episodes.
There really are.
Tragically, we'll get Maya on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, we'll get him back because he's really funny.
He is funny.
But yeah, no, we'll get you out there. Don't worry.
We'll get Susie. We'll make Susie a
I'll
friend.
be your wingman for friendship. Like, this is Susie. She's really cool. Oh, I gotta go.
Oh, I have to leave, and then I'm silent. I'm sitting there. I'm not sure what to do with myself.
I know that's the hard part too. Is because I invite friends out to events, but a lot of the stuff I go to are comedy things now, where I have to perform, and then I'm like frantically running around and doing shit.
Yeah,
and abandon them. So it's tough. I was gonna say something. And I forgot.
Okay.
So that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's sick. What is have you ever gone to a party where you don't
Have I ever gone to a party? No. The answer is no. Okay.
You're not.
Make me say it.
We don't invite you to them.
Yeah.
No. If you go to a party where you don't know anyone, what is your go-to strategy?
Ooh. Yes, that's a very good question. Just like be in agony. I sit there.
Yeah.
But usually as I've gotten older, I'm definitely better about kind of like talking to just like somebody sitting there. I'm like, hey, what's going on?
It's the most like mundane revelation in your early 20s when you're like, I can just go introduce myself to people.
Say hi to people.
And no one is like, ugh.
Yeah, like, and if they are like,
then they're assholes.
Yeah, I was going to say, then you know,
almost
you don't
never
want to hang out with them. Like, it's very easy. But I think the hardest part, honestly, is that you will do that. You'll introduce yourself to a group of people. They like let you in because they're nice, and then the conversation's something irrelevant to you, really boring. You say, you guys are all talking about Steven from
Steven.
HR.
From HR, he sucks.
He sucks. I don't know this guy though.
That's when you do that. Like, you can lean into the awkwardness and just be like, yeah, dude, Steven's the worst. And then people are like, haha.
They awkwardly laugh.
Could go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm thinking about because it's been a while since I've been to a party where I didn't know
people.
anybody.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like a wedding that I went to, and that was like, yeah, you just get a drink at the bar, and then you kind of just wait for an opportunity to arise. And usually, if there's enough people, something will. Where you're like, oh, hey, that's awesome.
If you know at least one person too, it's way easier.
Yeah,
you just ask them to introduce you. Or another strategy I've used at college parties is I'll still stand in the corner, or against a wall, but I get a drink and I don't look at my phone.
There you go.
Usually people will talk to you.
There you go.
After a minute. You have to look like you're supposed to be there, which is very hard. It's very hard to do as someone who isn't supposed to be anywhere.
Yes, as somebody that feels like they are an intruder.
But you just eventually, it takes practice, I guess.
Well, it makes sense too, because other people that are looking for somebody to talk to, they're going to say, hey, that person's right there.
Because it's tempting to get on your phone, but then people think you want to be left alone.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So that's the move.
This is the social tips from people who did not get proper socialization in their youth.
Well, as I'm learning, nobody did. Nobody did.
I do think it's easier for some people.
Yes.
Who like had a lot of friends in high school and stuff.
Yeah, but even still, I mean, like, just as you get older, you're like, oh, people aren't equipped for a lot of different situations. They're equipped for situations they're familiar with. I guess that's the big thing. It's like, and for some people, yeah, like making new friends was like pretty easy for them. They're pretty outgoing, but then typically for them, it's a little bit harder to like establish like more like intimate, close relationships with their friends. And then like,
if you have like a lot.
Yeah. So it's hard, you know. That's the truth of it.
And it is exhausting too. I mean, I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm better at socializing now, but I'm still hella introverted. Like, it is fully a performance I have to put on,
right.
You know. So I go to a party and I'm like, whoa, hey, I'm fun, I'm outgoing, and then I get home and I'm like, oh. And that's been a thing. Like, I'm getting comedy bookings more now. And I love it so much, but I'm so tired all the time.
I can't imagine.
Like, it's work, and then it's performance, like literal performance. And then social performance. And it's all like good. It makes me happy. Yeah. But it makes me tired.
Yeah.
And then I'm always like, I don't have any energy to like write new shit or go to mics or do the things I'm supposed to do. So still trying to figure out that balance.
You let me know when you figure that out.
Yeah. Because I've got a full-time job now.
FTJ.
It starts in this Thursday.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, exciting.
And it's remote, which does help. But still, it's, 9 to 5 and then hustling to a gig and then getting home at midnight. It's like, oh man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm not complaining. I'm just don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah.
Because I know people who do way more than I do.
Why not? I finally accepted that's never going to be me. I'm like, there are just people that have more in them than I ever will.
I already feel like I'm pushing myself.
Right.
So I feel like I have to just accept that there are limitations.
There are, and that's okay.
And I have to come to terms with whatever that means for my dreams.
Your dreams.
Yeah. I don't know.
Your hopes.
Having a car does help.
That does help.
Before that, it was a lot harder.
Harder to hustle.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. Anyways. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think the reason I'm tired all the time too is, and I forget this, is that like my job is like almost entirely based around talking to people.
Very demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's talking to people that for the most part I'm familiar with them, so it's not too hard. And then there's a decent amount of like new people that we're talking to. But I just forget that that's why I come home and I say, "Oh, that energy, I don't even have that much energy to begin with. I'm a little slug of a person.
Yeah.
And then it's all gone. By the end of the day, I say, oh, 8 hours I just did this for.
8 hours. Yeah, I always talk about being a barista is like my favorite job, but I do remember like 4 hours. A 4-hour shift would wipe my battery out because it's constant
just
talking, and you're trying to get tips. You're like, oh my god, you're so handsome. Just kidding. Wasn't that far.
Every customer, you're like, you're so handsome.
No matter who they are, what they look like, if it's a man, woman, child.
And that's beautiful.
I say, you're so handsome.
That's beautiful. You think about it.
It works.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I mean, we all, if you've ever worked retail or food service, like everyone knows that. But it's just, demanding. I guess like when you get into such a routine of doing your job, you forget that there's that aspect of it that's like gonna impact your ability to do other things.
Yeah, I feel lucky that now I'm doing a job where there's still like meeting heavy days are still exhausting, but I get a lot of time to just like make shit by myself. Is really nice. And that's optimal, huge.
Honestly.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's new because I was writing for a long time, and writing did not feel exciting or rejuvenating. Right. It felt like work. Yeah. Work.
Optimism.
We love working. Love working. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever peed in a pool?
No. Not that I know of.
You're not a pool peer?
I don't do it on purpose.
Would you pee in a lake?
If I wasn't swimming around a lot of people.
Yeah, I've definitely peed in lakes.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot more sense.
Well, especially rivers.
Oh, it's washing away.
Washes downstream.
I would not want to do it, though. If I'm, like, hanging out with my friends and it's, like, a very crowded, like, swimming area, I wouldn't personally want to get them covered in my piss. Because I'm, like, a good person.
And a pool is gross.
Pool is objectively
I don't think
gross.
I've ever peed in a pool that I know of.
People, that is like one of those things where I feel like I always come across people that are like, you're lying if you say you don't pee in pools. And I'm like,
That's such a tell.
Yeah, I'm like, I actually don't think I've ever peed in a pool.
Unless I did when I was like a toddler. Right. I don't remember. But there's also that, I don't know if it's an urban legend or if it's true, that some pools have things that make it green. Make your pee look green.
Yes, they're like, oh, so if you start peeing, it's like obvious.
And people know.
Yeah.
So that always scared me too.
You're not gonna do it.
And I gotta say, as a little Mormon girl who didn't start wearing bikinis until her 20s, it's a lot easier to go to the bathroom now. Peeling off a one piece,
a whole ass one piece
in the stall is a
nightmare.
You're so exposed.
Yeah. Oh, horrible.
Yeah. So I don't even need to consider peeing in pools anymore.
Not anymore.
Thank God.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Have you pooped in a pool?
Oh yeah. Who hasn't?
Who hasn't shit in a pool?
I feel like I've talked about this before, but I think one of the last times I was at like a public water park pool, they had to close down for 30 minutes because the kid pooped in it. They
always do.
And then it happened again like an hour later. My God. And I was like, I don't think I want to go to pools anymore.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like,
poop. How do you poop in a pool? Do you take your swimsuit off?
Or does it
float? If you're wearing trunks, maybe. This is gross. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I remember like the first time that happened when I was at a pool. I remember my mom telling me, she's like, "Oh, somebody probably forgot to put a swim diaper on their baby," which
that makes sense.
Would make sense, but also fucking put a swim diaper on your baby. Goddamn, dude. Jesus Christ. How do
you forget that?
Like, oops.
I forgot he poops.
To be fair though, a lot of parents just like their kids drown in the pool.
Yeah, they're just like
they like
learn
don't
to
pay
swim.
Attention. Yeah, have fun in there. So yeah. Anyways, don't poop in a pool. Don't go swimming if you have diarrhea. I'm gonna say it. Don't go swimming if you have diarrhea.
I feel like pools should be grosser. I mean, they are gross.
But no, like based on what is going on in
them.
But
how do we not like get sick every time we go to a pool? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the chlorine.
I think they do. They really have that down.
Yeah.
How much they need to add, but maybe it's good for our immune system. Maybe we should go swimming more.
Yeah, that's always the argument for kids, because kids are so gross,
right.
But it seems to help.
It does seem to help.
Because they're just, I would like get basically just drinking pool water, you know? Like, 'Cause I loved pools as a kid, but now
you fear
now
them.
I'm more grossed out than I used to be. Still, I want to get a gym with a pool.
Ooh.
I feel like that would be a fun way to work out.
That would be a fun way to work out.
Although that's a lot of like setup and takedown. It's like getting into a swimsuit,
Yes.
showering. I don't know if I would
Yes.
be that consistent.
Motivated.
But that sounds fun, and there won't be kids in it.
That's really key. I
Yeah.
think for the gym with the pool. I will say that I remember because I would go with some friends sometimes to work out at the pool, and it was always like really busy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of awkward because then like if you're like me and a wretched swimmer, like
yeah.
I cannot.
Oh, I'm terrible. I can only swim for like 30 seconds.
Right. And so I like to do other things. You know, I do like the little like walking and
Oh,
just
yeah,
like do
yeah,
different
yeah.
types of, you know, water aerobics. But the people that think they're Olympians in that fucking pool, they get so irritated at you. And you're like, fuck off.
I was looking at gyms, and one of them has, during COVID, they implemented you reserve lane time,
Oh.
and they're still doing that.
That makes sense.
And that sounds genius.
That's so smart.
Because that was my thing, too, is like, I'm so out of shape. I'm no muscle. So I would be in there, like, doggy paddling.
Yeah.
I'm, like, drowning. I'm like, and they're like, are you drowning? I'm like, no, it's
No, I'm good. Drinking the pool water. Staying hydrated.
And I don't want people to see that.
Right.
Or I don't want people to be waiting for me to get out.
You don't want people following the trail of green piss behind you.
No, that's private.
That's
for
private.
me.
Yeah.
I get cold.
Yeah, I got heated up. Piss.
Yeah, that's been my go-to when I can't think of what to say. My go-to question right now is, have you ever peed in a pool?
Okay.
I don't know why, but it tends to start conversations.
It's interesting. It's interesting to consider. Have I peed in a pool?
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
I still haven't met someone who's like, oh yeah, every time.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
Cause like, if you're so happy to say yes to that, like,
It's gross.
you're gonna piss on me
You're gonna piss on me.
without my
This guy's gonna
consent.
piss
By the
on
way.
me. By the way, you need consent for that.
Yeah. Throwing it out
Just
there.
ask.
Maybe I'll say yes. You don't know.
Would you ever let someone piss on you?
But yeah, how much money are they paying me?
Oh, good question. Good follow-up.
Thank you.
How much would it have to be?
Part of it depends.
On who it is?
Like, cause like, okay, you approach me. You say, for a really funny video I'm
for
gonna
a bit,
make,
I'm gonna pee
I
on
need
you.
to pee on you. How's $100? I would probably do
for
it.
our
I'd probably say
Patreon.
sure. Yeah.
I don't know if I could pee on someone.
Oh.
Like, you know when you go
Like
to the
physically
doctor?
you can't
Yeah.
aim like that?
Well,
Then
like,
yeah.
Okay, you know when you go to the doctors and they
And
want
say
you to pee in a cup?
Yes.
And then it takes like 45 minutes?
A nightmare.
Because you're pressuring yourself to pee. And you don't even have an audience for that.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know if I can do it. I'd
That's
have to
true,
like
actually. Would I freeze up?
I'd have to like not pee for hours, and
hours,
like have to pee really bad.
Yeah, then you can.
In preparation. Even then.
Because I've pissed in front of an audience before on accident.
You did.
You know.
did.
Guys, throw back to the other episode.
Throwback.
Piss clean as
Brendan,
crowns.
pull that up. Let's
Yeah,
just play the whole
pull
episode.
the entire episode. I'm gonna play it start to finish.
That's our new strategy for churning out content. We just do a new intro,
Oh.
and then we play a whole episode, and we're like, that was crazy.
Well, you know what? It's like the clip show episode of a sitcom.
We should do a clip show.
We
That'd
kind
be
of
a lot of work.
When we did the 1 year episode, we basically did a clip show.
Oh, yeah, we went through. That's awesome. Let's do that again.
Let's do
soon.
it again.
Especially now that some of those episodes are so old. We were babies.
Ancient.
Like, what year did we start?
2019.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Clip show. I'm learning how to edit clips for my other podcast that I'm cheating on you with. Rice and Bean.
Guys, I want you to specifically flag it.
Go.
Flag that podcast.
Yeah, just go. Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay. Is that my car?
That'd be so funny. No, I don't think it is, based on what just happened.
Yeah, go to Rice and Bean Pod and
Don't go there.
leave hateful comments.
Or do that, yeah.
All engagement is good engagement. Do you remember when we asked people to leave us mean reviews and then they all got taken down?
I remember I tried to leave a mean review for us.
Yeah, I feel like you and David and like
oh,
my
maybe
sister,
David did too. Yeah,
they like tried to leave mean reviews and then Apple Podcasts took
said
them down.
absolute.
And
This
we're
is
like, okay,
bullying.
you guys can't be too mean.
Don't be too mean. Be the right amount. I think it's because like I said, yeah, I think David did too. Like you leave like a really mean review and then you put 5 stars.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like, absolutely not.
That reminds. I was on my friend's podcast a while ago, Close Contact Comedy, and I went on the YouTube video and I commented, "Wow, she's really funny for a woman," and then it got taken down, and I was like, "That was me."
You're like, for the first time, they are on top of misogyny.
Yeah, why are they on top of it for that comment of all things?
Right.
I've seen some vile in
stuff.
comments,
And they say, actually, this is too far.
shit. Yeah, I
This
don't
is
even
too
know.
far.
I've seen that exact comment so many times.
And it's left in full sincerity.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny for a
woman. I like to think I am pretty
Maybe.
funny for a woman.
Maybe.
I've had more than once in my life, I have had men tell me, "You have a nice ass for a white girl." And I never know.
I thought you were going to say for a woman.
For a woman.
And I was going to say, that's pretty cool.
That is a pretty
That's
good
actually really
compliment.
great.
You got nice tits
For a woman.
woman.
And I say, wow, okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, I guess, yeah.
But yeah, I never know how to respond to that. I mean, usually it's every time it's unsolicited, so I don't want
You don't want to
the compliments
that conversation.
anyway. But I'm
yeah.
always like, what?
Why would you
What's
add
that mean?
Yeah.
Are you trying to neg me?
I think so, honestly.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
Something to think about on your way out, you guys.
Nice ass for a woman.
For a woman.
That's really good. I'm gonna start adding that caveat to the end of compliments that don't even make sense.
Oh, that's good.
Like you'd be like, "Oh man, you've got great dental hygiene for a woman." It's kind of like, what?
Well, the problem is that, like, a lot of these caveats for a man makes sense. Like, you have good dental hygiene for a man. Because
yeah.
we know.
We know you don't
like,
brush your teeth.
statistically, men are less likely to go to the dentist.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh.
It's like every medical and self-care thing that a man could do, they're less likely to do it.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Sorry, fellas.
Yeah, well, so I was struggling with that bit because I was trying to think of what's something you don't have a stereotype of
Right,
women
suddenly
being bad
everything we
at.
do.
And I'm like, oh, the main stereotype of women is that they're bad at things. So it's
Oh.
difficult.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good child rearing skills.
For
For
a
a
woman.
woman.
Yeah, because I was going to even say you're a good cook for a woman, but then I remembered
It's like, oh, right. No, that's
in the cooking industry,
that's
it's
the
male
thing.
dominated.
Yeah, chefs
yeah.
are more.
I'm like, shit. It's tough out here. It's
Forgot
tough to write
misogyny
bits.
exists.
Oh, man.
God.
You ever forget about misogyny and then you remember and you're like, dang it.
Honestly, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks.
It's weird. Especially when you, like, I feel like comedy is a good example because you develop this kind of, like, friend groups of people who aren't sexist and
Yeah.
then you randomly run into sexism and you're like, oh, I forgot about this.
Oh,
I forgot I'm a woman.
no.
Those blissful moments where I forget I'm a woman are the best moments of my life.
Where you just feel like a person.
I'm just a person.
I'm just
People
a
are hiring
human
me because they
being.
want me there. I'm like, oh, man.
God.
What
Yeah.
time? What time are we at, Brennan? 58.
Oh,
Juicy.
Jesus Christ.
That was great. There were only a few pauses.
Yeah, only a few long, awkward stints of talking about
We're not cutting them out.
tragic things.
We did start off with some war commentary. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty typical.
Then we did some social tips.
Yeah, social tips
And then,
for social butterflies.
I don't know where we went from there, but now we're here.
Now we're here. And honestly, a great ride.
Great ride.
I don't know. I don't think I just realized I don't think I'm funny anymore.
Why?
This whole episode.
Is being funny a big part of your identity?
No, it's not, actually. No, I don't know.
I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
I don't know if it is.
It's
know
that's a
why?
really tough one.
I spend 8 hours a day selling things to people, and then kids show up, and I'm mean to some of the middle schoolers because I think it's funny, and then some of them take it really well, and some of them take it really poorly, and I say, "Oops,
I just traumatized a child.
oops, now I'm an untrusting adult because I'm gonna make fun of them." Okay, that's what happened.
It's good.
So is being funny part of my identity? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the worst part of doing stand up, is that something that used to be just like a nice compliment to get is now like, if I'm not funny,
If you're not,
then
that
what am I? And nobody's funny all the time.
Right.
I'm often quite melancholy.
Yeah, if you listen to this episode, you'll find that out. Am I right?
Like, man, I've been thinking about war.
I've been thinking about Jeffrey Epstein's eye.
That's funny though.
That is funny.
Jeffrey Epstein is
Jeffrey
funny.
Epstein's hilarious.
He's such a funny guy.
Have you seen that guy stand up?
I would love to see that.
Dude.
See him do stand up.
He probably just literally says like, I sex traffic young girls, and everyone's like, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Anyone got he comes out on stage in his opener is anyone got a young girl to traffic? The audience goes wild.
They say yes.
Sorry, that was a reference, and I can't remember which comic it was, so never mind.
God, that was awful. Then
It was bad.
I thought that was just you doing something funny, but
no. Crystalia
that
opens.
was funny.
That was funny.
Crystalia.
See, that was funny.
Brendan said Crystalia is his opener.
I hard agree. You know, he could have a whole lineup.
Yeah,
There's so
actually thinking about it.
So many predators out there. Who couldn't he book?
It's harder to find somebody that he couldn't book because
they didn't have any
let's be real.
history.
A lot of predators out there. Watch out.
We need someone out here to catch these predators.
And that person is
there's only
Crystalia.
Dalia.
No, who's the guy from To Catch a Predator?
Chris Hansen.
Is that his name? Okay.
I think so.
I was going to say that, and then I thought that sounded wrong, so I didn't.
Yeah, I don't trust my instincts either. All right, well, we should wrap it and tap it. And by tap it, I mean tap the stop button. Thanks for listening.
Tap the subscribe button, actually.
And tap the subscribe button. And follow us on Instagram.
Maybe.